Scott, Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram and Gazette. Can you guys obviously paid a lot of attention to Isaiah? Can you just talk about how the other Celtics hurt you?
Well, they made shots tonight. Avery was terrific, 25 points, 10 for 13 in the first half. Played well. Horford, I don't know if he missed a shot until maybe the very end. They made threes. They made mid-range. They played well. They played we got to regroup and come back and play much better Friday night.
Coach, John Chewin, NBA.com. Early on, they were making shots, but they were also getting some layups in transition. And you guys didn't have many live ball turnovers early on in that first quarter.
No.
What was it that was happening that they were able to get some easy baskets?
Yeah, we were on the floor one, and then we weren't getting back in transition from the corners. They had 15 fast break points to our 0, I think, in the first quarter. When you give a very good team transition points and breakaway points with nobody guarding you, 1-on-0, it's going to be hard to keep up with them. And we didn't have the appropriate focus we had to have going into this game. To start the game, we knew that they were going to come out aggressive, and they did. And they made shots, we gave them so many good opportunities in transition. You do that, the basket becomes bigger. Everybody knows if you make a couple of shots, easy shots, all of a sudden the next shot becomes much easier, and that's what happened. But like I said earlier, they played well. They outplayed us. We outplayed them the last 2 games. They outplayed us tonight. Hopefully we can come back and play a much better game Friday.
Sorry. Go.
Ava Wallace, Washington Post. You guys had spoken so much about making sure you shut down Isaiah Thomas before coming into tonight. How much was Bradley's game almost an unexpected wrinkle in terms of the splashiest game he's had this playoffs?
Yeah, we didn't shoot the ball well tonight. Now, looking back at the film after tonight, did they make us miss, or did we miss a lot of shots? Our starters were, I think, 4 for 17 or something from the threes. Not like we normally shoot. Whether you give them the credit or we miss shots, I don't know that at this point. But we had an off shooting night. We got to play better. We got to shoot the ball better. But they played well. Boston played a good basketball game. Avery was on fire. Al was terrific. We had no answers for those guys. We've done a pretty good job on their best player, but not good enough job on the other guys.
Scott, Chris Mannix, The Vertically. You've coached a lot of playoff series. Does this one strike you as strange at all, in that you almost can't get a feel for how these games are going to go, the lopsided scores, any different than ones you've?
Yeah, I've been in many of them. It seems like each team has a comfort level at home. Hopefully that remains until the last game. But don't know why. I don't know why. I thought we'd come out better tonight. They made shots. We helped them making shots by giving them a lot of transition points. They're not going to miss layups in transition when there's nobody in front of you. That's simple basketball. If you're in front of the guy, they have a chance to miss. If you're not, they're not going to miss often, and that's what happened tonight.
Steve Bulpett, Boston Herald. Scott, are the looks that Avery Bradley gets, are those looks because you're focusing more on other people, or those things that they worked and found?
No, I think they were in transition a lot of the times, and we have to match up. We have guys that can penetrate, but we have to. If we miss shots, we all have to get back. It means a lot every possession, and if you don't get back, if you have one guy not getting back, you put your 4 buddies in a bad position, and they're scrambling and they're trying to figure out who's who and what's what. And when you have a good team like the Celtics and they're going to pass the ball, they're going to find an open shooter. So it takes everybody to participate to get a defensive stop in this league, especially when it means something. We're all trying to fight for the next round.
Jared Weiss, CLNS Media. They started going to 5-1 pick and rolls with Horford and Thomas, kind of a new wrinkle. Was that something that you guys expected to see in this game and had trouble defending?
No, I mean, they scored a couple of times, but it's probably Horford making a one dribble pull up from 17 feet. You know, those are the shots you can live with. They scored a few times off of it. It's something that we obviously have to be aware of, but that's shots that we're not going to overreact to. It's the open transition layups. It's the open jump shots. It's the 16 threes out of the 33. I don't even know if they were any of them that were contested, but we have to make sure they're contested. Otherwise, they're going to make 16 out of the next 33.
Julian Bimbo, Boston Globe, one, you're right. You guys have been a pretty good team on the road, but this has been a pretty tough place to get a win historically.
Yeah.
What changes, and especially in a situation where you always had to get one, but now you absolutely have to get one?
Well, we're going to have to play better. You know, if we're going to have to win one game on the road. We've said it all along. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you win it. You know, I would have preferred to win game 1. Didn't happen. 2 didn't happen. 5 it didn't happen. So we have one more crack at it. We got to take care of our home floor first, and then we got a chance to. 2 of the greatest words in sports playoff history is Game 7. And, you know, we're trying like heck to get to Game 7. But we have to play much better to do that Game 6.
Ava Wallace, Washington Post. Scott, what did you think of Kelly Oubre's minutes?
I thought he was solid. You know, he gave us good effort. I thought he was good. I knew he would. He plays hard. You know, there's some of the mistakes that he made that we have to figure out. But it's not just him. We all made it, and it started with the focus. That was our number one mistake. We didn't have the focus that it would have taken to win in this building. So hopefully we come back Friday and have much better focus, and also play better, shoot the ball better, rebound better, pass better. We need to do a lot of things better, right?
Coach John Schumann, NBA. Back to the offense, the transition defense. Is there a give and take with the
you
offense?
You have to say your name now. We've been together like for 2 weeks now. I know all you guys.
Is there a give and take with the offensive rebounds? Like guys know that this is a team you can beat on the glass and get second chances, and that. But there's if you have too many guys crashing, then you lose guys in transition.
Well, this is the first time we've won the second chance points in this building. You know, the first couple of games, it was 21-22. Our last 2 games at our place they only had 16 and 10. Tonight, I think they had 14 to our 19. It's just playing smart basketball. If you have a chance to get offensive rebounds, you go. But if you're in gray areas, you got to sprint back. Those first 3 steps are critical. If you're going to jog back, you're not going to be able to catch up. The pass is much faster than the legs, and if you make a costly mistake, an old crap moment, you're going to be too late, and you got to get back. And I thought we'd had too many of those early in the game, and we were playing catch-up. Catch-up's not a good feeling to play when you're on the road.
Scott, you mentioned a couple of times about the focus or lack thereof. I know you guys had 2 days to prepare for this. Is there anything that you can point to as far as why it wasn't there at the start?
Well, you have to. I mean, we won our last 2 games, and we've won them pretty handily. I think sometimes human nature has you relax, and we were trying to guard against that. Didn't happen. They came out and played well. They made shots. We helped them make shots. We missed a lot of defensive assignments. We missed shots on top of that. It's just a combination of a lot of things tonight, But the biggest thing, they played well. You got to give their team credit, coach credit, and them credit. They played much better than we did. They deserve the win tonight. You guys have a good night.